The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Don't worry, I know where your brackets are. In the dustbin. How are you? My name is Ron Jeckett. Welcome to the program for this 24th day of March 2023, and Interleague continues on 2001 in Action PC Season Replay with the Battle of Ohio. It'll be the Cincinnati Reds, who are 29-30, and the Cleveland Indians, who are in an absolute dogfight with the Chicago White Sox for first place in the American League Central. They are 35-23. I think we're going to have some runs scored today. Dave Burba and his 7.6 ERA goes against Osvaldo Fernandez and his 6+ ERA. This does not strike me as pitcher duel du jour. But the Reds, actually, through the first 60 games of the season, have overachieved. They should not be a 500 club, but yep, here they are. While the Indians, again, they are trying to battle the Chicago White Sox, and the Indians at 35-23. This is game 59 for them, right about where they should be. So that's the setup for you. It's the Reds and the Indians from the Jake on a beautiful Friday or beautiful Saturday afternoon in Cleveland, and a decent Friday afternoon here in Burlington. As Retro Sports Network presents 2001, an Action PC Season Odyssey. Today, from Jacobs Field in Cleveland, Ohio, it is the Cleveland Indians and the Cincinnati Reds. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. It'll be Dave Burba on the hill for Cleveland. 74-degree day, clear skies, winds blowing in from right at 3. Burba, 34 years old, fastball pitcher at 89, a standard pitcher, making his 13th start of the year. That's the good news. The bad news is he's 4-5 with an earned run average of 760. He last pitched 5 days ago against the Twins in a 12-4 shellacking, going 4 2/3, 111 pitches, 11 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Overall for Burba, 58 innings, 73 hits, 51 runs, 49 of those earned, 5 homers, 28 walks, and 51 strikeouts. That's not who you want out there in a World Series game. Michael Tucker leads off for the Reds in left field. Dimitri Young is at third. He'll bat second. Alex Ochoa and right will go third. The Mayor, Sean Casey, cleans up at first. Ruben Rivera in center field will bat fifth. Cromer, the DH for the Reds. Selby at second will bat seventh. Stinnett behind the plate goes eighth, and Pokey Reese will bat ninth. And short, Fernandez should throw about 95 pitches. For Cleveland on defense, Marty Cordova, a 6 and a 5 in left. Kenny Lofton, a 5 and a 3 in center. Juan Gonzalez, a 5 and a 7 in right. Travis Fryman is a 3 at third. Omar Vizquel, a 10 at short. Robbie Alomar, a 10 at second. Jim Tomei, a 4 at first. The middle of that defense infield is pretty good. Einar Diaz is an 8 and a 5 behind the plate. Burba, not a bad fielder. He's an 8 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Tucker stepping in at 258, 5 homers and 13 RBI. And we start this Friday with a fly ball to left center. Lofton moving over, 1 out. For Dimitri Young at 327, 8 homers and 28 RBI. Burba Ground ball left side past Vizquel, and that's a hit. That brings up Ochoa. Alex at 307, 8 homers, and 36 RBI. He's already exceeded his real-life totals. But he only has about 130 at-bats to go. Burba delivers. Fly ball left field. Back goes Cordova, and Marty will watch that one hit the wall. Young will round third and hold there. Wow. So an off-the-wall double here in left field, but the run does not score. So second and third, 1 out for Sean Casey, hitting .359, 4 homers, and 38 RBI. Casey swings, ground ball right side. Young will score. Gonzalez picks it up. Ochoa is not challenging Juan Gon's arm. So runners on the corners, 1-0 Reds. So here's Ruben Rivera, 225, 3 homers, and 16 RBI. Runners on the corners for the Reds, 1 out. Rivera in the left field. That should score Ochoa. Cordova fields it. Ochoa tags and will score without a throw. So 2 out, and the Reds with a 2-run lead. 2-0. Brings up D.T. Cromer. The DH, he's 4 for 18. 3 of those hits have been home runs. So he's hitting .222 with 3 homers and 4 RBI. He has struck out 9 times. Doesn't that picture remind you just a little bit of a Nelson? Oh, goodness, I forgot his name. The painter. Not Rockefeller. I had it on the tip of my tongue. Cover of the Saturday Evening Post. I'll remember it at some point. Pitch to Cromer. There's a ground ball to Tomey. Takes it to the bag. It's not Nelson. And Cromer's out. Norman Rockwell is who I'm trying to think of. We'll point that out again because no one's watching right now. So after half an inning, the Reds get 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors and leave a runner on. And it's not an invitation for me to move over to YouTube. After half an inning, 2-0 Reds. As Valdo Fernandez gets the call for Cincinnati, 32 years old, fastball pitcher at 85, and a fly ball pitcher, making his 13th of 14 starts on the year. 4-5 the record with a 5.31 ERA. How you doing, Big Dave? Happy Friday? Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoy the six-pack bowling. Really a very good deal for all that. Fernandez last pitched against the Cardinals 5 days ago and got the win in a 7-5 ball game. 5 innings, 72 pitches, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a homer, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Overall, 57 2/3 for Fernandez. 71 hits, 36 runs, 34 of those earned. 6 homers, 21 walks, and 25 strikeouts. 48 in Rochester, 34 in Burlington. Kenny Lofton will lead off for the Indians. Omar Vizquel at short will bat second. Roberto Alomar at second bats third. Juan Gonzalez in right cleans up. Ellis Burks, the DH, will bat fifth. Jim Tomey at first will bat sixth. Marty Cordova in left will go seventh. Travis Fryman at third bats eighth. Einar Diaz behind the plate goes ninth. And Dave Burba, who was a walking advertisement for a liquor store in Cleveland with those numbers, through 27 pitches in his half of the first. Yep, the continuance of 2001, a baseball odyssey. Defensively for Cincinnati, Michael Tucker a 6 and a 6 in left, Rivera a 7 and a 4 in center, Ochoa a 6 and an 8 in right. Dimitri Young is a 3 at third, and at .890 fielding percentage would make even Butch Hobson blush. Pokey Reese is an 8 at short, Selby a 5 at second, Sean Casey a 6 at first, Kelly Stinnett is a 4 and a 2 behind the plate, and Fernandez is a 7 on the mound with a .957 fielding percentage. Lofton at 279, 3 homers and 15 RBI. Reds got 2 in the top of the inning. Lofton starts with a line drive right center, and that's 2. Lofton just got it all the way, and Kenny's in there with a double. Brings up Omar Vizquel at 266, no homers and 14 RBI. Lofton goes for third. Stinnet's throw down to Young, and Kenny has it stolen, his 6th of the year. We're being told a wonderful 36 degrees in Northeast Ohio. Game temperature, by the way, 74. But none of that S weather word. We're supposed to get that tomorrow. So runner on third, nobody out for Vizquel in a 1-ball count. Fernandez delivers, and Omar draws the walk. So Lofton on third, Vizquel on first for Roberto Alomar, hitting .327, 6 homers, and 40 RBI. Again, we told you in the open, this is not going to be a pitcher's duel. Hopefully we don't get Houston, Colorado crazy. Even Beyonce thought that was nuts. Pitch to Alomar. Now throw to first. Vizquel is... I believe they picked him off. They did. He was headed down to second, and they got him. So 1 out. We were not trying to move Vizquel. He gets caught on his own. And so runner on third now, 1 out. Crowd boos at that one. And Hargrove gives Vizquel a piece of his mind. So Alomar can still bring home the run with 1 out. Ball 4. Alomar is told to be oatmeal to the bag at first. Just stick there. Here's Gonzalez, 1 at .377, 15 homers and 61 RBI. Into right, Ochoa in the corner. And Lofton should tag easily here. Charlie Manuel, not Mike Hargrove. And the throw is going to be cut off by Selby. Lofton scores, and it's 2-1. Is this the AI, Ron? No, this is me. Tribe fan also says stuck to the bag like white on rice. Yep, that's true. Brings up Ellis Burks, 269, 7 homers, and 40 RBI. Hargrove got fired after the 99 season. Okay. That's right, because he did some television for Fox. So Alomar on first for Burks. 2 out, 2-1 Reds. Struck him out. Fernandez got him to look at strike 3, and so that'll do it. A run on a hit and no errors. We go to the second here at the Jake, 2-1 Reds. So here's Bill Selby, Stinnett, and Reese coming up for the Reds in the second. So thank you, Boston Red Sox, Tribe fan says, and a lack of Indians pitching for that. Dave, the amazing thing about Burba is, with those numbers, he got 27 starts in 01. Pitch to Selby. Base hit, right center. Lofton will cut it off, but Selby is in the second standing, and Burba is hurt. He's going to stay in the game. He says he wants to stay, and they'll leave him in. So that'll bring up Stinnett. Kelly at 253, 3 homers, and 15 RBI. Fly ball left field. Cordova makes the catch. Selby goes back. Midlife crisis on a 17-month streak as a sub to the channel. Wow. 26 months overall. Have I really been doing this on Twitch that long? Good day in the afternoon to you. So nice to have you along, and thanks very much for the resub. Here's Pokey at 240, 2 homers, 12 RBI. I expect that we'll be doing nighttime Tuesday and then daytime Wednesday and Thursday. No World Baseball Classic to distract us. Pitch to Pokey. Up the middle, and that's going to get into center field for a base hit. Selby will hold at third. Bernie had to answer the door. Here's Michael Tucker. He's 0 for 1. Burba is opening 9, 37 pitches, inning and a third, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. I would hope that for the last 26 months have been fun for you. Throw to first, and Pokey is back. Tucker strikes out. They got him to chase a 1-2 fastball. So 2 out for Dimitri Young, who singled and scored in the first. You know this will be a bullpen game for the Indians. The question is, can Burba pitch get you 6? Runners go. They're going to eat the ball, and Pokey has the base stolen. Not a surprise there. Selby holds at third. 2 out, 2 in scoring position for Young, and a 1-strike count. Burba kicks and fires. Base hit right center field. Selby will score. Pokey has a full head of steam even on Wangan's arm. And they're just going to throw it in the infield. So it's 4-1 Reds. Tribe fan is going to ask me to do Indian games with good pitchers. I'm going to get a long email, I think, from him. That brings up Ochoa, who doubled and scored in the first. So 4 runs on 6 hits already. And again, with Fernandez and his should be close to 70 ERA, this game, again, this has 18-13 written all over it. Young goes, the throw down to Alomar, and Dimitri has it stolen. So the third stolen base for Young on the replay, and a 1-strike count to Ochoa. Popped up left side, Cordova moving over into left center, and that'll do it. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. After an inning and a half here in Cleveland, it's the Reds 4, the Indians 1. Burba is more likely to give up 6 before he could throw 6. Absolutely. Tommy at 357, by the way. 13 homers and 40 RBI. Fernandez starts the second. Line drive left field all the way to the wall. Rivera missed the hop, and Tommy is in the second standing for his 13th double of the year. He was a Mariner, probably. I think his salad days were with Cleveland. Marty Cordova at 321. 7 homers and 35 RBI. Fly ball right field. Back goes Ochoa to the wall, and that ball is off it. So Tommy's going to score standing. Cordova's in the second with a double, and it's 4-2. The managers of the Cleveland and Cincinnati area McDonald's got together before the game and quietly postponed the 10 runs get you a free McNugget dinner. Here's Travis Fryman, 143 with an RBI since coming over from Detroit. Cordova on second, Fryman into right center, Rivera going back, has a hole and a half, and that ball is off the wall. So Cordova scores to make it 4-3. Fryman has his first double with the Indians. And again, we've had 7 runs, and there's nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Einar Diaz stepping up at 252, a homer, and 22 RBI. Russian Reb, who would come a few weeks ago, always came when there was a pitcher's duel. We're in the middle of a slugfest now. Pitch to Diaz. Ground ball to third. Young over to first. Casey on the bag. 1 out. Fryman will hold. Burba pitched in the early 90s for Seattle. So Fernandez is opening 9, 38 pitches. An inning and a third. 4 hits. 3 runs, all earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 1. Lofton only had 16 steals in 2001. Doubled, stole a base, and scored his first time up. Swings into center field. Rivera should track this. He does. Makes the catch. Fryman back to the bag. And Travis will hold. Brings up Vizquel, who walked his first time up. Right back to Fernandez, third base side. Quick throw over to Casey, and that will do it. So the Indians get 2 on 3 hits and no errors. They leave a runner on. We go to the third here. It's the Reds 4, Cleveland 3. So Casey, who singled, drove home a run in the first. Ground ball to Vizquel. Omar deep in the hole has to do a bang-banger over to Tommy. Casey, no, is out. So a good throw and a slow runner. Burba, by the way, I guess would be plural when you pitch like this for bourbon. So if you're having more than one, that would be Burba, right? And that's how you know, Scotty, it's me and not the AI. Ruben Rivera had a sac fly in the first. In the right center, Lofton dives and can't make the play. Will that go to the wall? Nope, Rivera's going to hold with a single. And that's the 7th hit. So again, D.T. Cromer. I couldn't spin it out the first time. Doesn't that look like a Norman Rockwell painting? The hat crooked. I wonder if that's one of those Allen and Ginter cards that they use for the photo. Definitely the real Ron, except no substitute. Fryman, I'm being told, came to the Indians via Arizona. Traded from Detroit to Arizona, then from Arizona to Cleveland for Matt Williams. Oh. Pitch to Cromer. Fly ball, right field. Gonzalez tracking over into right center makes the catch. And Rivera will return to the bag. Here's Bill Selby. Doubled and scored. That came in the second. So 4-3, 2 out in the third. The Reds lead. Selby laces this one into left center field. Cordova picks it up. Rivera will do what's he going to do. I'm going to try for third. Cordova up with it. The throw to Fryman is not in time. Selby moves up 90. So second and third, 2 out, first to net. And Kelly is 0 for 1. In the left center, Lofton rides the Schwinn, makes the catch to retire the side. So the Indians finally force a bagel up on the board for Cincinnati. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 left on. Bottom 3, 4-3 Reds. That's a lot to say. Here's Alabar, Gonzalez and Burks to follow. Roberto walked his first time up. Right center, Rivera moving over. 1 out. For 1 gone, a sac fly. Ground ball just past Selby for a base hit. So that's the 5th hit for Cleveland. Here's Ellis Burks, who struck out his first time up. The lone victim for Fernandez. Might be 2 here. Pokey over to Selby for 1. Turns, fires to Casey, and that's 2. So 6-4-3, and the Indians rally turns out to be nothing. No runs, a hit, nobody left on, or a runner left. Well, it doesn't matter. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th, 4-3, Cincinnati. So Burba to face Reese, Tucker, and Young here in the 4th. Pokey, slow ground ball to Alomar. Robbie has to come in for it. Quick throw to Tomey. Got him. So here's Michael Tucker. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Burba, 18 batters, 72 pitches, 3 in the third, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, and a strikeout. In the left center field, back goes Lofton. Kenny will make the catch. There's a bit of room out there. The Jake opened up after Camden Yards, but was designed to be a retro ballpark with asymmetrical dimensions. Here's Dimitri Young. He is singled twice and driven in 2. Now is 30 RBI. In the left center field again, Lofton second verse, same as the first, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Reds go in order. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-3 Cincinnati. And so here are the standings coming into play. The Braves, the Marlins, and the Mets are all tied for first in the National League East. In the Central, the Astros by 3 over the Cardinals, 4.5 over the Reds, 5 over Milwaukee and Chicago. And the West, the Giants seem to have a headlock on that division, 6.5. We'd be remiss if we didn't tell you the Dodgers were 30 and 31. American League East, the Red Sox trail the Yankees by 4. In the Central, Chicago and Cleveland, a 2-horse race with the White Sox up by 1.5 games. And Seattle at 40 and 19. So the wild cards, if the season ended today, would be Cleveland and Florida. You're lurking in 4th, yes. Like Jaws. Here's Jim Thome. He doubled his first time up and scored. Walked him. So the third walk for Fernandez. And now I'll bring up Cordova. Marty has a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Cordova laces this one to left. That's going to drop for a hit. Tucker picks it up. So first and second, nobody out for Travis Fryman, who doubled his first time up and drove home his second run as a member of the Indians. To Fernandez, might be 2. Selby for 1 at second, over to Casey. Yes. So Fernandez ripped off the mound towards first and turned the 1-4-3 double play. Runner moves to third. And Einar Diaz will try to bring home the tying run. He's 0 for 1. Thome leads, and the game is tied as that's laced into Ochoa in right center field for a base hit. And so we're tied 4-4. And now I'll bring up Lofton. Kenny 1 for 2. A double, a stolen base, and a run scored. Fernandez, opening 18, 3 2/3, 79 pitches, 7 hits, 3 walks, 4 runs all earned, and 1 strikeout. Pitch to Lofton, ground ball up the middle. Reese takes it to the bag himself, and they'll take care of the side. 1 run, however, for Cleveland on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 5th at the Jake, 4-4 the score. So Burba giving me the fatigue warning. I'm sure not as tired as Tribe Fan is of watching Dave Burba trying to pitch. It'll be Ochoa, Casey, and Rivera for the Reds here in the 5th. Alex has a double. He's 1 for 2. Drops one down. Diaz throws to Alomar for the out. So tries to bunt his way on. Does not work. Goes on to card 2-4. And then I'll bring up Casey. Sean has a single and an RBI. He's 1 for 2. Fly ball to right. Gonzalez. 2 out. So Burba, after giving up 4 runs by the second inning, has settled in. Here's Ruben Rivera. Has a single and RBI. 2 out here, top the 5th. Left field, Cordova moving in, makes the catch, and we're halfway home. Hopefully Bernie's done answering the door. Halfway home on a chilly, cloudy day here in Burlington. It's the Reds 4, the Indians 4. You joined us late. Here's how we got here. The Reds put on 2 in the first. Sean Casey, an RBI single to score Dimitri Young to make it 1-0. Ruben Rivera, a sac fly, makes it 2-0. In the bottom of the inning, Juan Gonzalez, a sac fly, have the lead 2-1. Dimitri Young with a 2-run single in the second to make it 4-1 Cincinnati. And then Cleveland clawed their way back. Marty Cordova, a double to score Jim Thome in the bottom of the second to make it 4-2. Travis Fryman doubled home Cordova to make it 4-3. And just a moment ago, Diaz singled home Thome in the fourth to make it a 4-4 game. So, these pitching lines are an absolute mess. Fernandez, 7 hits through 4 and 4 runs. Burba, 8 hits through 5 and 4 runs. And for even an amazing in any 21st century game, we've had a whopping 2 strikeouts combined. D. Scott Howard is downloading OOP-TP24. Pesky poll like that one a bunch. And Bernie's getting his baseball season replay ready for the upcoming season. Omar Vizquel is 0 for 1 with a walk. Ground ball to third. Young over to Casey. And that's an error. So Vizquel ends up on second. We told you Young's arm is not all that great. And he just completely threw it away. There wasn't a blessed thing Casey could do about it. And Vizquel is on second standing with nobody out from Robbie Alomar, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Robbie, that's in the right field. That will drop for a hit. Vizquel should round third. Ochoa has a good arm. And that wasn't hit all that deep, so Vizquel will retreat back to the bag at third. And that'll do it for Fernandez. Scott Winchester Cathedral coming in to pitch. And if you're a Reds fan, don't bring him down. So Winchester making his 11th appearance of the year. He is 1-0 with a 2.50 ERA. He played his double A ball, Scotty, here in Burlington. Played his A ball in Bellingham. Scott Winchester, 28 years old. Fly ball pitcher. Fastball tops out at 85. Last pitch on the 6th against the Brewers in a 7-3 loss. 2 innings, 40 pitches, a hit, 2 runs, only 1 was earned, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. The only decision he has goes back to May 16th, a win over Arizona. So for Winchester, who's only with the club a couple more months, 18 innings, 17 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. A homer, he has walked 2 while striking out 12. Excuse me. Yep, we both got a lot of young M's. They were only here a year or 2. Yes, this is still preseason. As our quest to simulate every meaningless game in baseball history continues. Juan Gonzalez 1 for 1, a single and RBI. He's now driven in 62. Alomar and Vizquel on. Gonzalez might be 2. Pokey Gonna try and turn it. Selby for 1 over to Casey for 2, but since there was nobody out, Vizquel will score, and the Indians go up 5-4. So in a game where pitching is about as much of a premium as a Reuniti and Boone's Farm party, you don't worry about giving up the run. Here's Ellis Burks. He's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Goodness, there must be something going on. That's a pretty high-pitched siren. And there was much rejoicing in Tribeland. Pitch to Burks, who's 0 for 2. Ground ball to Reese. Pokey's throw to first. And so the error actually hurt Cincinnati. The Indians turn it into a run on a hit. We go to the 6th here at the Jake 5-4 Cleveland. So here's Cromer, Selby, and Stinnett. In baseball, all the games are meaningless unless it's a game that eliminates your team. The sage words of Bernie Strom. Pitch to Cromer. Fly ball, right field. Gonzalez, 1 out. And Burba is hurt again, and this time he's going to have to come out. But somehow, some way, he's eligible for the win. So too early for Wickman. We're going to go with Shuey or Woodard. Lefty, righty, righty, but the lefties are tired. We're going to go with Woodard. So Woodard has all the time he needs to warm up. He is 0-1 with an earned run average of .368. Got that from listening to Bill Belichick. Well, if it's Bill's wrong. Every game is important until you're eliminated. Some games are more important than others. Woodard is 26, by the way. Fastball at 86. And a ground ball pitcher. He last pitched 2 days ago against the Twins in an 8-3 win. 2/3 of an inning. 15 pitches, a hit, and a walk. So overall, 7 1/3 innings. 11 hits. 3 runs all earned, a walk and a strikeout. It's not that April or May games are life and death, but they count just as equally as the ones that people really pay attention to in September. Do a couple things differently and you get a couple more wins and you can take the pressure off yourself. Here's Selby, 2 for 2, a single, a double, and a run scored. 1 out, top the 6th. Right back to Woodard, throws to Tomey for the out. Here's Stinnett, he's 0 for 2. Line drive, foul. And someone who rides the train to Cleveland every day made that catch. 0-2 the count. Why he's sitting next to George Hendrick, I don't know. Little chopper down to Fryman. Travis couldn't get to it in time, and Stinnett has an infield single. So here's Pokey Reese, who's 1 for 2. Pokey has a single, a run scored, and a stolen base. And if you ask Belichick, well, why do you say that? You know what he's going to say? Pitch to Pokey. Ground ball over the mound. Vizquel, hard throw to Tomey, and Reese is in there. He's safe on the infield hit. So Woodard walks around the mound a bit. That was a good throw by Vizquel, but Reese has lightning speed. And there's now 2 on and 2 out for Michael Tucker, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Bernie's not biting at the joke. Pitch to Tucker. Ground ball to Tomey. Jim should take care of that easily, and he does. And that will retire the side. Reds get 2 hits, leave them both on. No runs, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-4 Cleveland. So Tomey, Cordova, and Fryman to face Winchester. Tomey has a double, a walk, and he scored twice. And Tomey draws the walk. Here's Cordova. Marty, his single, doubled, driven in a run, and scored. Ground ball to Casey. Might be 2. Reese for 1. Pokey. Will he throw? Nope. A good slide by Tomey, and there's no throw. So it's 3-6 on the fielder's choice. And then I'll bring up Fryman with a double. 1 for 2. Base hit right center field. Rivera got a bad jump. Cordova is going to go to at least third. Going to hold up on the Fryman double. And that'll bring up Diaz, who was 1 for 2. A single and an RBI. Fielder's choice was Dave's favorite coffee back in the day. Little grass in it. There you go. Bernie says, I think what he was referring to would be must-win games. Yourself, you get depressed whenever your teams lose, no matter when. Again, I mean, you don't want to put... In this day and age of 9,000 sports channels and that, you don't want to say that there's a must-win game in April for anybody. But they all count the same. And just a couple different things along the way can make all the difference in the world. Diaz has an RBI, ground ball to Winchester. Cordova's going to hold. Winchester throws to first, and Diaz is retired. 2 out for Lofton, 1 for 3, a double, a run scored, and a stolen base. The question is, Dave, on your Fielder's Choice coffee, was it caffeinated or no? And what flavor was it? Pitch to Lofton. Long gone. A no-doubter into the bullpen. And the Indians have broken this one open. So Lofton, not known for his power, hits his 4th of the year right down the line, and it's 8-4. Winchester pitching like the chief of thoracic surgery at Mass General. Just kind of meatballed that one over the plate, and Lofton just grafted that one out into the stratosphere. Dare we say halfway to Korea? And now I'll bring up Vizquel. Omar 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. 4 runs, 10 hits, an error for Cincinnati. They've left on 6. 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and they've left on 3. By the way, we are doing a live episode of Digital Dice tomorrow night, and we're going to be talking about Hockey Bones. So if you got any question about the game Hockey Bones, let us know. In the left field, Tucker moving over and makes the catch to retire the side. Steve Tate, how you doing? 3 runs, however, on the big blast by Kenny Lofton on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 7th here at the Jake. 8-4 Indians. So Young, Ochoa, and Casey to face Woodard here in the 7th. Dimitri Young at one point had one of the largest baseball card collections out there. And because Dimitri wasn't hurting for ramen noodle money, he had a lot of those cards graded by PSA. And so if you look close enough, you can find cards on sale from the Dimitri Young collection. Struck him out. Got him on a full count fastball looking. So 1 out for Ochoa, who's 1 for 3. doubled and scored. Do I play OOTP? Not very often. Ochoa draws the walk. Here's Casey. Sean 1 for 3. He has singled and driven in a run. Ochoa stays. Casey into center field. Lofton moving back. Kenny makes the catch. 1 out. Or 2 out, rather, for Ruben Rivera. 1 for 2. Ruben has a single and a run scored. Pesky Pole was showing it off the other day. OOTP 24. Rivera chops this to third. Fryman over to second. And it's stretch time here at the Jake. Chris Nichting will come in to pitch for the Reds. It's 8-4 Cleveland. Al's done some streams. It does quite well for him, Bernie. Nick Ting, 6 appearances, no record, an earned run average of 1080. Ouch. He's 35 years old. Fastball at 89 and a standard pitcher. He last pitched against the Indians last night in their 4-3 win over Cincinnati. Went 1 inning, 13 pitches and a strikeout. 3 in the third inning, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 1 homer, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. He'll face Alamar Gonzalez and Burks here in the bottom of the 7th. Robbie is 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. Nick Ting starts with a strikeout. Got him on a 1-2 curveball. Checked the swing, but he went around. Gonzalez 1 for 2. A single, an RBI, and grounded into a double play. And Gonzalez grounds out one left side past Pokey for a hit. And the Indians trying to do that. Yeah, Beatles does some OOTP streams, true. 11th hit for the Indians. Here's Burks. He's 0 for 3. Ellis has struck out, grounded into a double play. Popped up, left side. Pokey and Young. It's going to be Young for the out. 2 away for Jim Thome, who has a double. 2 walks and 2 runs scored. 1 for 1. Gets away from Stinnett, but Gonzalez holds up. And the count is 1-0. There's a base hit right field. Ochoa will pick it up. Gonzalez will hold. So first and second, 2 out for Cordova. Marty has singled, doubled, driven in a run, and scored twice. 8-4 Cleveland, 2 out, bottom of the 7th. There's a line drive right center. Rivera will make the catch, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 8th here at the Jake. 8-4 Cleveland. Yeah, they keep working on the animation. You go back about 4 or 5 years, and it's just dots. Put the 3D stadiums and I think better replays now, or dynamic replays. Good for them. 2 was the first version of that I bought. Here's DT Cromer. He's 0 for 3. Woodard finishing his second full inning. Cromer down the line and right. That's extra bases. He's digging for two. The throw to Vizquel, and Cromer has a double. Yeah, numbers on the jerseys new this year, too. Selby 2 for 3. He has singled, doubled, and scored a run. Selby into right, Gonzalez into foul territory. Does he make the catch? Cromer has no speed. He does make the catch. So 1 out for Stinnett, who was 1 for 3 with a single. Ground ball to Woodard over to Tomey, and that is 2 out. So Woodard has pitched well. Here's Pokey Reese. Pokey 2 for 3, has singled twice, scored a run and stole a base. And Donnie Sadler will pinch hit. I would not say Sadler is a defensive improvement over Reese, but 173, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs. A pinch hitter, 150, a homer, and 3 RBI. Line drive to Vizquel, and that'll do it. So the Reds go in order in the 8th. No runs, or they don't go in order because they got a hit run. No runs, a hit, no errors. Bottom of the 8th here in Cleveland, 8-4 Tribe. So Nick Teen will start the inning. I doubt he'll finish it. Fryman is doubled twice. He's 2 for 3 in RBI, a run scored, and grounded into a double play. Struck him out, and that'll do it for Chris. So good outing for him. Hector Mercado will come in. Hector 2-1. An earned average of 450, 19 appearances, 27 years old, fastball pitcher at 94, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Worked in last night's loss to Cleveland, faced 1 batter, 3 pitches. Overall, 16 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned, 2 homers. He walked 7 and struck out 20. Einer Diaz is 1 for 3. He has singled and driven in a run. Ground ball to Sadler, who's a 5 at short. Over to Casey for the out. Reds will be doing Tucker, Young, and Ochoa in the 9th. Here's Lofton. Kenny's had himself a ball game, 2 for 4. His 10th double, his 4th home run, and his 3 RBI give him 18. Struck him out. So that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th here at the Jake. The Indians need 3 outs. They lead 8-4. So that'll do it for Woodard. Not a save situation for Wickman. But he hasn't worked in a few days, so he gets the call. He is 1-2 with 12 saves and an earned run average of 257. Just his 20th appearance on the year. 32 years old, fastball at 92, and a ground ball plus pitcher. And when he does have a save situation, he has shut them down 12 out of 14 times. He last pitched on the 5th against the Twins in a 3-0 win. A scoreless inning, 13 pitches and a hit with 1 strikeout. So overall, 21 innings, 17 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 4 and struck out 27. Tucker is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Ground ball to Vizquel. Omar over to first. 1 out. Here's Young. Dimitri's 2 for 4. He singled twice. Driven in 2. Scored a run, stole a base, and struck out. Wickman sets and fires, struck him out. So last chance saloon for the Reds. He missed a 1-2 curve, and that'll bring up Ochoa. So the Indians 1 out away. Ochoa 1 for 3. A double, a run scored, and a walk. Wickman, deep breath, delivers, line drive to Vizquel, and Cleveland wins the ball game. They double the Reds 8-4. 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They leave on 5. The Reds 4 runs, 11 hits, and error, and they left on 8. So it took 3 hours and 24 fake minutes to play. Dave Burba gets the win. He had minus stuff. Geez, how could you tell? 5 in the third innings, 8 hits. You're welcome, Bernie. 4 runs all earned. And then before he got hurt, Burba got the win. The bullpen, 3 2/3 of scoreless baseball. Not too shabby. Fernandez falls to 4 and 6. 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. Winchester gave up the big home run to Lofton. But Burba, considering he was hurt twice in the ball game, gets your digital dice MVP. He gritted one out and did exactly what you want him to do. So for the moment, the White Sox lead is 1. So the rest of this Saturday, June 9th, Milwaukee doubles up Detroit 10-5. Sheets 5-5. Sparks takes a loss 3-7. Hernandez 3 for 5. The Yankees beat Tampa 8-5. I'm sorry, the Mets beat Tampa 8-5. Leiter 3-4 for New York. Tanyan Sturts, who will go on to pitch for the Yankees, now 1-6. Fred McGriff hits his 9th of the year, driving in 4. Braves beat the Yankees 8-7. Jason Marquis goes to 3-2. Ramiro Mendoza falls to 6-1. Jorge Posada 3 for 4 with his 8th of the year. Pedro Martinez strikes out 14 as the Red Sox beat the Phillies 4-1. Omar Dahl goes to 2-7. Martinez 7-1, and somehow, some way, Derek Lowe has 10 saves. In the Battle of Chicago, the White Sox beat the Cubs 5-3. Keith Folk gets the win, his first of the year. Todd Van Poppel 2-6 takes a loss. Clayton 2 for 4, his second of the year, and drives in 2. Anaheim, despite a well-pitched game from Chan Ho Park, beats the Dodgers 7-1. Russ Ortiz goes to 6-3. Park falls to 4-3, despite 3 hits through 7 and just 1 run. 5 strikeouts and a walk. Fabregas, by the way, 2 for 4, his first of the year. Jays beat the Marlins 5-4. Carpenter 5-5. A.J. Burnett 3-3. Stewart 2 for 4, his 8th of the year. Montreal doubles up Baltimore 4-2. Munoz 1-1. Roberts takes a loss. He's 3-6. Barrett 2 for 4, his 3rd of the year. Texas beats Houston 6-3. Rich Helling 10-2. How about that? First 10-game winner in the majors. Bottenfeld 1-6. Rodriguez, I believe that's A-Rod, 3 for 5, his 5th of the year, and 2 RBI. 17 hits for the Pirates. They beat Minnesota 11-1. Anderson 6-3. Mays 7-4. Ramirez, his 12th of the year, 3 for 4. He drives in 6. Arizona beats Kansas City 6-5. Reynoso 2-4. Henry 0-2. Carlos Beltran 4 for 5, his 6th of the year, and drives in 2. The Rockies get 10 strikeouts from Pedro Estacio. They beat St. Louis 8-3. Pedro now 5-5 on the replay. Andy Bettis 3-5. Petrick 3 for 4, his 4th of the year, and drives in 2. Brett Boone 4 for 4 hits, 4 RBI. The Mariners punch out 21 hits. Seattle beats San Diego 15-6. Freddie Garcia 9-3. Jones 1-8. And Edgar 3 for 5, 4 RBI and a double. Last but not least, Oakland beat San Francisco 8-5 in the Battle of the Bay. Tam 2-5. Estes, heaven help me, 4-5. Miguel Tejada 3 for 4, 3 RBI and a double. Tuesday night on this channel, it's the Reds and the White Sox from Guaranteed First Loan Mortgage Hegon Ballpark. Bell and Jason Burley, or Mark Burley, on the mound for the White Sox. Wednesday afternoon at lunch, you'll get the Red Sox and the Braves, Rojo and Greg Maddux from Atlanta. And then Thursday at lunch, you get the Battle of New York. It's the Yankees and the Mets from Shea, Mike Mussina and Kevin Appier. We'll talk to you tomorrow night with Mr. Gardner as we discuss Hockey Bones with Dave Arlington. How about that? And so until then, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. Have a safe Friday, everyone. So long.